Hello everyone. Today I'm going to solve this nice algebra problem from the book Math Storm. As you can see, we have given 8-degree polynomial equations whose coefficients a0, a1, a2, a3, a4 and a5 belongs to real number, and we have to prove that this equation has all the roots lying in the closed interval -2 to 4. Okay, so if we suppose the roots of this polynomial equation are, let roots are x1 x2 up to x8, then what is the sum of the roots taken one at a time, that is sigma xi, I varying from 1 to 8. Sum of all roots is clearly 9, and sum of the product of roots taken 2 at a time, sigma xi xj, where I is less than j, I is greater than equal to 1, j is less or equals to 8. Sigma xi xj is what this is clearly given to us is 31. Okay, so with the help of these two information, if I am interested to calculate the sum of squares of the root, then we can write sigma xi whole square is what? This is clearly sigma xi whole square minus 2 times sigma xi xj, where I is greater than equal to 1, is less than j, is less or equals to 8, and obviously here I varying from 1 to 8, and here also I varying from 1 to 8. So what is the value of sigma xi? It is 9, so 9 square is 81. And what is the product of sum of the product of root taken 2 at a time? That amount is 31. 2 into 31, that is 62, and 81 minus 62, 18 plus 1, that is 19. Okay, so sum of the squares of the roots of this polynomial equation is what? 19. And what we have to prove? That we have to prove that this equation has all the roots lying within the closed interval -2 to 4. So from now what we can do, uh, if we calculate sigma xi minus 1 whole square, I varying from 1 to 8, then this picture becomes what? Xi square minus 2xi plus 1, I varying from 1 to 8, and sigma is a linear operator, so we can distribute sigma inside the bracket. What we can write? Sigma xi square minus 2 times sigma xi plus sigma 1. Sigma 1 is constant with respect to sigma, therefore we can write the number of integers. Okay, I varying from 1 to 8, I varying from 1 to 8. Sigma xi square is clearly 19. Okay, sigma xi is 9, 9 to 18 plus 8. So 19 minus 18 is 1, 1 plus 8 is 9. Okay, so what we can write from here? We can write sigma I varying from 1 to 8 xi minus 1 whole square is 9. That is x1 minus 1 square plus x2 minus 1 square plus up to so on. What is the last term? Last term of this summation is x8 minus 1 whole square is 9. Okay, here each individual term is greater than equal to 0. Each individual term is greater than equal to 0. Then you can notice that the sum of these 8 terms is 9. And if the sum of these 8 terms is 9, then you can write xi minus 1 whole square. And if you want to talk about the individual term, then obviously you can say xi minus 1 whole square cannot go beyond 9. It is actually less or equal to 9, and this holds true for all I varying from 1, 2, 3 up to 8. Yeah. And if we take the square root, then after taking root, what we can write? We can write mod of xi minus 1 is less or equals to 3, and this result holds true for all values of I varying from 1 to 3 up to 8. Therefore, we can write xi minus 1 lies between minus 3 to 3. Add 1 to all the sides. So what we can write, xi is greater than or equal to minus 2 but less or equals to 4, and this result holds true for all values of I varying from 1 to 3 up to 8. So what we have proved, that x1, x2 up to x8, all the roots belongs to the interval minus 2 to 4. Okay, so hence proved. Actually, this is actually the key idea which I have used to solve this problem. Okay, thanks for watching.